Hey everybody, it is your girl here, Gemini Divine, coming at you today with a video all about the Gemini woman. Today I'm going to be sharing 10 things with you so that you may be able to take your relationship to greater heights with your Gemini woman. It doesn't matter if you're dating her, in a relationship with her, or even married to her. Whatever the case may be, after I share my 10 things with you, you're going to look at your Gemini woman with a whole new set of eyes. Gemini is ruled by Mercury. Mercury is a very fast moving, very active moving, intellectual planet. Also, Gemini is mutable. Mutable, it just means that these people can adapt really well and they can become very changeable. Gemini also rules the third house. The third house is the house of short distance travel, communication. Yes, so these people tend to be social butterflies. Yeah, they love to talk. Sometimes they talk so much that they become gossipers. Sagittarius is the polar opposite to Gemini. So Geminis tend to show traits of Sagittarius also because Sagittarius is buried within them. This is a positive sign, so they tend to display positive outlook on life. This is also a masculine sign, which means that masculine energies like to project outwardly, which means that they can sometimes come off as, you know, wanting to be the lead in everything that they do. Which brings me to Gemini women are so much fun. These women are extremely fun. They are definitely the life of the party. If a Gemini is in the room, they probably will be the first one to get on the dance floor. They'll probably be the first one to go up to the bar. They get their drinks or whatever the case may be. So these women tend to be very fun loving. They love to have a good time. They have so much life to them. Why would they not? They rule the third house. The third house is the house of the kids. You know what I mean? So they still have they still have a kitty outlook on life. So they look for fun in every single thing that they do. So guys, if you're looking for a woman that is full of fun and I mean just balls of energy, then Gemini woman is definitely the woman for you. Your Gemini woman is a walking contradiction. In the tarot deck, Gemini's card is the Magician, and I feel like it is so befitting for Gemini because Geminis tend to say one thing but do another. You know, I guess that has a lot to do with the twins being their symbol. So sometimes, you know, they have good intentions when they say something, but the other twin just may not be feeling up to what the other twin has going on. And since they share the same body, they come off as being liars or, again, walking contradictions. So it's very difficult to trust anything that a Gemini says out of her mouth. So be careful with that. If you don't mind being told little fibs every now and then, here and there, then you know what? Gemini woman just might be the woman for you. Gemini women are bi-curious. This is the sign of curiosity. This is the sign of the explorer. So yes, your Gemini woman definitely wants to learn about every single thing. So why would she not want to do the same when it comes to the bedroom? Yes. So your Gemini woman can definitely be bisexual or, you know, extremely freaky, whatever the case may be. This lady loves learning new things. She loves learning new tricks. She loves learning to do new things all the time. This is very important to the Gemini woman. So guys, if you're dating a Gemini woman, be careful and pray to God that she don't leave you for a girlfriend. Or maybe it'll work out. Maybe you guys have threesomes or orgies or whatever the case may be. Your Gemini woman just might be down for the cause. Yes, they're definitely, you know, some freakazoids. I have yet to meet a Gemini that was not bisexual, and especially Gemini rising. So if you have a Gemini rising or the person you're dating has a Gemini rising, they're probably bisexual. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it's just something to be aware of, you know, so that you may be able to understand your Gemini woman and where she's coming from. And if you're okay with it, maybe you guys can work something out. I'm sure it'll be a whole lot of fun. Your Gemini woman can be extremely intelligent. Not just like books and smart. Some of them are books and smart, but for the most part, Geminis are smart in a way of like street smarts, or just knowing how to get around, get people to believe that they are capable of doing something that they probably are incapable of doing. Because, you know, Gemini woman is probably a jack of all trades but a master of none. It's very difficult to hold the attention of a Gemini woman for very long, for them to learn anything to become a master. So you may want to be aware that your Gemini woman is extremely smart when it comes to street sense or just common knowledge, whatever you want to say. But when it comes to, you know, academic knowledge, sometimes they may lack in that department, or they may be good at just one subject or two, you know, but not just like a well-rounded off smart person, you know what I mean? Yeah, something like that. Your Gemini woman can suffer from ADD, attention deficit disorder. Yeah, they have an extremely hard time focusing in on one particular thing. So if you're having a conversation, or even in the midst of an argument with a Gemini woman, she can just go off into the distance. Oh, you know, my bad. What was I saying now? Oh yeah. Yeah, Gemini sometimes, you know, they forget that you're standing in front of them and talking to them. So if you ever see them drift off, just know that they can't help it. They just cannot pay attention. Most Gemini women tend to take Adderall or some type of medication because they can definitely suffer from depression or nervous energy or anxiety, just like the Virgo woman, because Virgo and Gemini are both ruled by Mercury. So yeah, if you don't mind dealing with a woman that can be a little bit bipolar, then Gemini woman definitely is the woman for you. Gemini women can be extremely superficial. This is an air sign. What can you expect? Just like the Libra and the Aquarius, Gemini is an air sign, you know, so sometimes they can be superficial. You know, they tend to look at things on the outside. They tend to go with the surface. If the surface is nice, then everything else must be nice as well. So they don't really search for any depth in anybody. So they're just like, you know, superficial. That's why they tend to not really hold on to relationships for very long, because instead of them searching for someone that genuinely like them or genuinely want to connect with them, they just, you know, end up with people that looks good, and in the end they're left with absolutely nothing. So if you're okay with being judged for what you look like instead of what you really are, the contents of your character, then Gemini woman just might rock your world. Gemini women are difficult to love. They tend to lack consistency or stability. I guess I wouldn't say that they're extremely difficult to love. It's just that they're so changeable. And it's like the person that they're in a relationship with, they never really know what to expect each day. Which twin am I getting today, you know? Are they gonna be the mean one or the nice one? What's going on, you know? So it tends to leave the partner in a state of confusion, not knowing exactly where he stands in the relationship. So yeah, it makes it really difficult to build any strong bonds with a Gemini woman. So that makes it really difficult. It makes it really difficult to fall deep in love with a Gemini woman. So a lot of times Gemini women tend to just be the fun girl instead of the girl that actually gets married. Now, there are Geminis who are married. There are Gemini women who are married. But most Gemini women don't get married because a lot of times they know that they are the fun girl. So if you're looking for deep bonding, Gemini woman just may not be the woman for you. But if you're looking for a woman that is full of fun and you're ready to have a good time, then Gemini woman is definitely the girl of your dreams. Gemini women can be extremely good at sports. Gemini rules the hands, arms, and shoulders, also the nervous system, but they tend to be really good with swinging a bat. So not only are they good at sports, but they're probably good at, you know, smashing your car windows and things of that nature. If they swing at it, they're probably gonna break it. But however, whichever, they are good at sports. Sometimes Gemini woman can just be considered one of the guys a lot of time because of the masculine energy that they do carry. And also they really love sports. You know, for a girl, I think Gemini woman is one of the ones who just really, really love sports. Also to play them. So yeah, if you're looking for a woman to also be cool with and be your best friend, your best bud to hang out with and shoot the breeze with, drink beer with, and just, you know, have a good old time, Gemini woman is definitely the girl for you because they can do it oh so well. Your Gemini woman loves freedom. She needs freedom. She craves freedom. Gemini is opposing Sagittarius, which means Sagittarius is buried in Gemini. Sagittarius is like one of the most freedom-loving signs of all signs. So with this being buried down in Gemini, they crave freedom also. They want to be with someone that allows them to be free in the relationship. Someone that's not smoldering, not smothering, you know, someone that gives them room to breathe. They like guys who are adventurous. They like guys who love to tell jokes, you know. They like guys who like to do things spur of the moment type guys. They like Sagittarius men, you know, and they tend to make really good couples with Sagittarius men. So Gemini women, if you're watching, Sagittarius men just might be the right catch for you. If you're having a difficult time finding the right guy, yeah, definitely. Also, for those of you guys who are watching, Gemini woman is definitely a fun girl. Definitely someone you can have a great time with. If you're really into fun and you are a Sagittarius man, then Gemini is the type of woman that you need to be looking up, okay? Definitely. Now you guys, let's move into the Venus placement for your Gemini woman. If your Gemini woman has her Venus in Aries, this Gemini woman tends to fall in love at first sight. She is all about the physical appearance. She can be extremely shallow. She can be the type of woman, if you don't look good, you don't dress nice, you don't have status, then no. She's not looking for you. She's not checking for you. Get out of her face. She's gonna be acting like a stuck-up little you know what, okay? So yeah, they can be extremely flirtatious, always in everybody's face, always in every man's face. So that can be a problem. They can also be selfish in the bedroom, wanting to get theirs and not caring if you get yours. Only person that matters is them. Aries rules self. So if your Gemini woman has her Venus in Aries, she could be a handful. If your Gemini woman has her Venus in Taurus, this is a very affectionate, tender loving Gemini woman who tends to be very subconscious about what she looks like, and sometimes she deals with weight. Weight is a major struggle for her. She may have a very annoying voice, you know, like a little screeching voice or some sort, because Taurus does rule the vocal cords. So if your woman has her Venus here, she may be a screamer in the bedroom, she may be like really loud, you know, carry on some kind of crazy or whatever the case may be. But she's also very creative, you know. She might be an artist, or she may love to sing. She may have a great singing voice. However, whichever, if your Gemini woman has her Venus in Taurus, this is usually one of the best catches of the Gemini woman. If your Gemini woman has her Venus in Gemini, this is the ultimate Gemini type woman. She definitely can be extremely bisexual. She can be more than bi, she can be trisexual, I guess, if there's a such thing. She can be the type of woman who can engage in all types of sexual activities because she wants to learn. These are the forever students to a certain extent, because again, Sagittarius is buried within Gemini. So Sagittarius are the philosophers. So these people, Gemini women, they tend to want to learn constantly. So yeah, these are the ultimate Geminis who tend to not settle down. They usually never get married, or if they do get married, it's really late in life, you know, because they do crave their freedom. If your Gemini woman has her Venus in Cancer, this is one of the Gemini women who like to stay at home. They tend to be more nurturing, more caring. They tend to really take care of their homes very well. A lot of Geminis don't always do that, but this is one of the ones who tend to stay home, like to cook dinners. They like homemade food. They're not big on eating out, because Gemini is a pleasurable sign. So they do look towards food and drinks or alcohol for comfort, or, you know, just to give them that peace of mind that they're searching for. So if your Gemini has her Venus in Cancer, this is one of the ones who definitely bond deeply in relationships. She tends to be extremely passionate and loving and caring in the bedroom as well, and just a very unselfish lover. But this is one of the most moodiest Geminis of all the Geminis, who are constantly changing, because the moon rules Cancer and is always waxing and waning, and then Gemini is already dealing with all these multiple personalities, so they can be extremely moody. These are the ones that do definitely have to take medication to really kind of like mellow them out, so that they can have some type of normality to their life. If your Gemini woman has her Venus in Leo, this is the ultimate attention-seeking Gemini. They tend to dress extremely well. They're always worried about their hair. They're always having their makeup on point. Their clothes is always nice. They're warm and they're affectionate in relationships, and they do praise their lovers. They talk about them all day, every day, until people get really tired of hearing about them. But also they can be extremely passionate in the love making department, you know, where a lot of time air kind of like lack that substance. With your Gemini woman having her Venus in Leo, that's a little bit different, because, you know, that fiery energy comes out in the bedroom and it tends to be amazing. This Gemini woman loves to be admired, and she admires her partner. So she's all about the admiration when her Venus is here in Leo. She can be the type of woman to buy her men very expensive gifts, and just so he always look nice, so that because he becomes an extension of who she is, and she wants to make sure he's always on point. So she may be the type of woman to dress her man from head to toe. So whatever the case may be, if you don't know what your Venus placement is, please go to genuinely-divine.com, click on the birth chart link. You must have your time of birth as well as the city and state in which you were born to access this information, to find out where your Venus placement is, and that is how you would understand your style of loving. Now, for the advice for Gemini women. Geminis, calm down. That's the biggest thing that I can say to you guys, is just calm down. Learn to be a little bit more peaceful. Find some structure, you know, create some type of structure in your life and build from that structure. Understand that life is not just a playground, you know. It is good to have fun. Never lose your fun, or your optimistic way of looking at life and just living life. But at the same token, you must also play the role as an adult as well. Don't look out of the lenses of little children forever, because it's not going to add value to your life. It's actually just going to take away from your life. Search deep within yourself to find some type of substance so that you may be able to deeply connect with another human being. I think you guys are amazing, but you know, sometimes we all have to do self-inventory, and I hope you guys will do that for yourself. Until the next time, Geminis, I wish you guys so much love, peace, and many wonderful, wonderful, wonderful blessings. Bye.
I can't tell what's wrong or right. Should I go without saying